It's Lucky and DP. I'm DP.
I'm Lucky.
And right now we're trying to process Nope.
Wasting money on Nope.
Processing Nope.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Well, now I know how you feel about the movie. Damn.
I enjoyed it, actually.
It was not bad. It was very just confusing. So, our rating, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite of Jordan Peele's movies. My favorite one is Us, to be honest. What do you rate it? Because it was a clusterfuck.
I'd give it an 8, 7 or an 8. Which again is not a bad score at all. I enjoyed a large part of the movie.
There's just a lot of open.
It was just a lot of stuff that I had to go back and read up on, and
they don't explain a lot of things. Also,
yeah.
Spoiler ahoy.
Yes, there's going to be some spoilers here.
I mean, if you could even call it a spoiler, anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this movie. More than I think even us talking about it in this video will allow. It's truly one of those movies that when we say you have to see it for yourself and really make your own judgment call on it. It is for sure one of those.
It's just confusing. Like, I don't know where to even start. Like, the beginning already shows a very confusing scene, which I guess they explain it over time, but I'm still trying to understand what the context is with the rest of the movie. They don't really explain it, except maybe, like, you can't tame a wild animal that is territorial or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
it goes back to a lot of Jordan Peele's work. In Us, he used rabbits as imagery. And I think in this one, he uses. It's a little bit more difficult to understand in this, but he uses like a chimp. You know what I mean? He uses a monkey.
So to really explain this movie, which is very difficult to explain, think Monster House, but it's an alien ship that's alive.
And no backstory.
Yeah,
like Monster House, it's off of like the whole wife thing. This gives no explanation as to what this thing is.
The only thing that really disappointed me was that there were no aliens, there were no species trying to probe people. Not that I want to see anyone get probed, but like it's just a literal UFO-shaped alien that eats people. Like, I don't know, it's creative, I guess, but I was just really hoping for a new species, an alien species, that they just come down, they just try to do whatever. I don't know what their plans would be. This one just eats people.
Hunts. Yeah, it's a predator.
Yeah, because like you see the scene where people get sucked up and you see what it looks like on the inside, which I thought was going to be just a spaceship, then they get eaten or probed or whatever the hell. And like nothing like that happens. You just see like a stomach-looking thing, and there's no teeth. So if anything, the people probably get crushed, digested, and then they get sprayed all over the place, which that's pretty much all I got, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know. It wasn't bad. It was weird, and it was confusing because of the whole monkey scene in the beginning where they're filming a sitcom episode of something called something Gordy, and then Gordy gets triggered by balloon pops or something like that, and then all of a sudden just goes berserk on everyone, rips a girl's face off, which we thought died. Like, we thought she died. And
she plays a zero role in the
right,
movie.
She dies instantly.
Yeah, so basically bouncing off of what DP said here is, there are some scenes that are unintentionally hilarious, right? There's this one guy, Steven, who believes that due to the fact that chimpanzee from the beginning of the movie doesn't kill him, he is like the dog whisperer, the predator whisperer. He believes that if he just keeps feeding this alien horses, essentially they're cool,
Which it was weird.
Give him the fist, which you'll know exactly what that is.
It was weird. It's like he said he made a treaty.
Yeah, he's like a chosen one.
How?
Within the movie, some kind of alien cult. I guess Steven has a fascination with cults. Yeah, like DP said, the girl getting her face ripped off, she comes back into play for a solid 30 seconds just to get whisked away by the aliens. They die. I liked OJ's character. I thought he was really good. I think that the movie was more of a case study on Hollywood and a lot of the inner workings of Hollywood, in which people get chewed up and spit out there, which is quite literally shown in this movie.
I do notice that Jordan Peele's movies have a lot of imagery.
Absolutely, there's a lot of imagery. It wasn't my favorite movie from Jordan because I think that there was a lot of like holy shit, dude.
A lot of loose ends.
It's like reading, you know what I mean, something in a different language with this one at times.
It's just a lot of loose ends.
Yeah, and plus I think I love Jordan Peele as a director. I really loved Us. I really loved Get Out, Candyman, and I put this above Candyman. But there's just a lot to deal with, especially with there not being a second movie.
So from what we noticed, Jordan Peele's movies seem to have a trend with going on certain topics that are important, such as racism, discrimination, and
taking a deep dive into Hollywood like this one, honestly.
Yeah, like with Get Out, I would believe that it just means that it's trying to show that racism is still prominent.
It's still a problem.
It's still a problem. It's not something of the past. It still exists. Therefore, there's these white people taking these African American people and then brainwashing them, turning them into slaves. And then with Us, I guess
it's more about the government.
Maybe government thing. Maybe because the government made those clones
exactly,
and then it replaced everyone type deal.
And I think that movie is a lot about neglect as well.
Mm-hmm.
Easier tones on the race than I'd say Get Out was, but it's still a pattern of neglect. Even in the movie Note, it is a pattern of neglect. There are these people in Hollywood that are trying to tame this animal that should not be tamed, right? There are people trying to use this alien basically to gain fame and money and fortune,
and we also
instead of taking it seriously.
Yeah, and we also forgot to mention Candyman, which I guess if you guys know Candyman's story, he was lynched as a slave many, many years ago and then reincarnates himself again and again to kill people. But I'm guessing that's history repeats itself and then
history
you get consequences from
and
it.
Your consequences have a lasting impact and your actions have a lasting impact.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what they're meaning with this Candyman movie, where it still ties in from the other ones, but
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I would not be opposed if out of the blue Jordan Peele makes an Us 2. I do believe that they could have a conclusion to that one. Get Out is already done. Candyman can already be done because, we already have 4 movies now or something like that. So I'm hoping that we continue. I hope that eventually he makes a cinematic universe. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be unique. I think Jordan's going to continue to do what he does. And I think he's done a really, really damn good job at it. He is able to put real life situations and real life problems into his films and establish a scenario in which those are prevalent and those play out through the movie. A lot of imagery, a lot of things like that.
2 ways it captures people's interest.
Exactly. I pretty much expect him to continue that. I expect him to continue with the great castings that he's doing. I expect more thrills from Jordan. Absolutely.
Well, anyways, that's our review. Not really anything special because we're still trying to figure it out ourselves.
Absolutely. Let us know down in the comments if you guys know anything that we don't know. Remember to subscribe, share, unless you want to be eaten by that giant alien dude.
The flying butthole.
Thing, the flying butthole. Literally, don't look into its eye, the eye of the ass. Just remember to de-stress, progress, and let God handle the rest. And you guys have a great rest of your night. You guys have a great rest of your week. We will see you very soon.